Hey everybody. I was just searching online at some, common generic postings of the human skull today because I noticed from a few pictures of skulls and videos that there appeared to be even more holes appearing in the human skull besides just the chin and the sinuses and above the eyes. And as I was looking, I noticed, for me anyway, possibly a new Mandela effect change, and that is the indentation above the eye sockets on the left and the right. Now, those indentations for me were never that deep. These almost look like, and this is a human skull, these almost look like alien skulls to me, with deeper and deeper indentations developing not only on either side of the head, but also in the front of the head above the eye sockets. So look at these human skulls. You can look them up yourself on any search engine. And I was just looking for holes, more holes in the skulls, like the ones you see right above the eye sockets there, and in the chin, and in the cheeks. And what I got instead today were a lot of deeper cavities on the sides of the human head and above the eyes. So to me, that is definitely a change. Look at that. Now, if I didn't show you the whole skull where you could see it was a human, wouldn't you presume that that was an artist's rendering from like the iconic 1950s and 60s cartoon drawings of the skulls of Martians and the skulls of aliens instead of the top portion of the skull of a human, a modern human? Here's some examples that I pulled up very quickly off the internet today of some of the iconic shapes of Martian heads and alien heads. Do you see how do you see how there's an indentation on the side of their heads? And these are not the old iconic images, but modern images if you look up and internet search aliens. So for some reason, artists have been rendering aliens and Martians going back to little green men in the 1950s and 60s with having deep indentations on either side of their skulls around their eye sockets or above their eye sockets, like these. And for some reason, this must have gotten into the collective consciousness to actually start to change the human skull to have very similar and deep indentations in basically the same place that we used to render them on aliens. So here is also just to point out how angular and pointy and sharp the human skull is becoming. You can also see the indentations really well from side angles and how deep it is right around the eyes. So really watch this space and keep looking up the human skull and see how it changes over time. If there is anything such thing as time. That leads to another video that I'm going to do where I truly am getting strong messages that the present time completely creates, transforms, edits, changes, and creates the past. So it could be that changes to human anatomy, and we call it the Mandela effect because it's not reflecting what we remember the past skull to look like, that these changes are all actually noticing how time works, that everything in matter changes over time based on the present thought. So however we think things are now, that's how they become in the past to support our present thinking. And I just thought I'd throw this one in for you because The Wizard of Oz has a lot of truth drops in it, whether intentional, as in predictive programming, or unintentional, as in messages from the universe. I'm not sure which is true, but look at that skull of the wizard and look at where the markings are and the indentations are compared to the new, revised, current human skull. If I didn't know better that that's the new human skull, represented as it's always been from the present moment, I would say that's a damaged skull that somebody kicked it in or smashed it with somebody because the indentations on the side of the skull are so deep. I mean, that to me is amazing. I don't know who in this community shares the same memory of a much more rounded human skull without deep indentations on the side of the head and near the eye sockets and above the eye sockets. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.